What's up? What's up? What's up,
Stronger.
Chris? Hello,
What's up?
everybody. Hola a todos. Happy late Halloween. Feliz Dia de los Muertos. I hope everybody is doing well. This is Que Padre, a podcast for Latino fathers, fatherhood in general. We talk about relationships, mental health, and everything in between. My name is Froilan, and this is my partner, Chris. How you doing, Chris? ¿Cómo andas?
What's up? I'm right here, chilling, chilling, enjoying the vibe.
How was your Halloween, Marks?
Eh, just like every other Halloween, bro. It's another day for me.
What did you do? What did you do with the kids? Did you get a chance to go out with the kids or no?
Nah, nah. It was a Tuesday, bro. It's not my day, so nah, I don't get the kids. It's cool. We did something last week, and then we'll do something this Friday.
All right, all right, all right. I respect that. I respect that. We this year we had a good I had a good one with the kids. It was the first time we actually did trick or treating. Sorry, did some trick or treating here in our neighborhood. We were able to take the kids around the blocks. Saw some of the neighbors, saw some good stuff. So it was good, man. It was good. Emilia was able to walk around, get tired, and it made it easy for bedtime.
Your
Vidal
neighborhood gets
was
gives candy.
Monday.
Your neighborhood gives candy.
Yeah, we didn't give candy.
No, but your neighborhood does. Like your
Not
cul-de-sac.
not in our immediate block. We actually had to walk down like three like 3 blocks down to
Mm,
Lakewood, and then we were able to get some candy there. Um,
okay.
so I wore my healthy outfit here. The kids wore theirs.
It
It
was
was a
a
good
nice
time,
little
man.
walk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, man. I think overall, with all the zigzagging that we did, we probably did, I don't know, maybe like 3 miles, which is not bad for the kids. It's enough to get them tired and ready for bed and stuff. So it was good, man. I had fun. I had a real good time.
I remember those days.
Yeah, man. It was definitely a good one. I was excited to take him out, and Vidal was dressed up as Olaf, so it was good for him, man. I was happy. But yeah, este. So with that, today's topic, I think was I think is one that's I think if we're talking about how our kids did while we were out and about, um, getting out in the world, getting out there and having fun. Uh, One of our listeners, his name is Steve. He's out
Well,
there doing
before
his
that,
thing.
before we get to that,
Before we go up there, oh, you got something? Go.
well, yeah, before we get to that, I mean, let's stay with still with the Halloween stuff. Uh, I wanted us to talk about a little bit and compare our Halloweens when we were kids versus our kids' Halloween. You know,
Okay.
I know you're barely starting, so I don't know how excited they get as far as this day. But think back, but I don't know how many years, 30 years back, like how excited would you get for Halloween, And
Yeah.
then how excited did you remain still growing up? And like what type of outfits did you have growing up? Were they store bought or homemade or hand me downs or?
Damn. So for me, damn, I'm trying to think. Some of my earlier costumes were homemade.
Yeah.
My mom used to make our outfits. Man, banana peel is getting wild. Uh, she used to make some of our outfits. I won an award at my elementary school because I was dressed up as a scarecrow, and she gave me some of my dad's pants and some of my dad's flannel shirt. It fit me all baggy, and they cuffed the sleeves, they cuffed the bottom. I was a fucking scarecrow, bro. He had like a
Mm.
straw hat. They chopped it up, made it all whatever. Me pintaron la cara. I'm sure there's a picture somewhere. Um, but that was the one of the first ones that I remember. But I was already in school. I was in elementary. I don't remember what grade I was in. But I won. I won first place on that, and because of that award. And then growing up, it was a lot of our costumes were homemade. It wasn't anything like we didn't buy any crazy outfits or anything like that. I think one time they bought me like a Frankenstein mask at like Albertsons or something.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where it's like you put on the traje and then it's like the mask that just goes over. The costumes weren't as good as they are today. I don't think. They was just like this little cheap plastic mask that you put on and that was it. So that's kind of what it was. And then we'd always go trick or treating around around the hood where we lived. And yeah, man, we used to just go and at least when we were kids, we used to go. And I remember we used to walk far. Like thinking back now, like dude, we walked a while. Um, but yeah, man,
Yeah, wow,
homemade.
we ran. We
Yeah.
ran.
Oh, it was a lot, man. It was nuts. Um, but I mean, obviously thinking back, those homemade ones are always like the ones that kind of came out the best. And some of the people here, we got Paul here mentioning it, but yeah, uh, homemade outfits, man. There's a
Dude,
there's a
I can't even
different
read
feel
with
to
this
them.
shit.
It's different, bro. Like just I think it creates the I think the part of it is a memory you're making of making the costume, right? Cutting up the
Yeah.
pants if you have to cut something up, trying to tie your shirt or painting your hair or your face, messing it up, thinking you're gonna make a badass, Dia de los Muertos, Catherine face, and it comes out all dead presidents. Um, like it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was yeah, that was good, man. That was good. That's what it was, Ben. Um, as far as like the whole
I
trick
remember
or treat.
for me, it was funny because like I remember 2 3 years I was like a ninja, you know.
Ninja.
And then I remember 2 3 years I was like a vampire. That was like the easiest one because it was literally black pants, a white shirt, and then my mom would make me a cape, and then obviously paint my face white and buy those cheapy ass fucking those fangs, you know. And now I picture a little chubby kid from those chubby vampires and shit running down the street.
Yeah.
And then once I
Did
got
you have
older,
your own or did they pass them down?
no, well they couldn't pass them down because I'm the oldest.
Oh, but
So
I don't know. I don't know if your sister or a cousin.
nah, bro. Nah, my cousins were way too old, a lot older. So no hand me downs. Me and my brother were always either dressed the same or similar, you know. But yeah, other than that, it was bro. Believe it or not, I never went trick or treating in my neighborhood when we were kids.
Where did you go?
So back then, we used to live in Boyle Heights, East Side Boyle Heights, more towards like General Hospital, Castello area,
Yeah.
and we used to go to Monterey Park, where the the rich people would live, you know.
Yeah, get the big candy bars.
Anyway, that one. And that one, that one, the good candy, and then the big candy bars, and it was good shit, bro. Almost en ese tiempo. Well, for a good time, for a good moment, we used to use these. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. Hey, you
The
go to
ones from
McDonald's and get
McDonald's.
a bucket. Yeah.
Sí, güey. Sí, güey. The ones from McDonald's, and we see this, but saying, ah, rápido. So then we started using the pillowcases, and
Yep.
we fill those up. Y llenábamos como dos, güey. And I remember my dad would say, I'm gonna drop you off right here in the corner. You guys go all the way to the end of the street, one side, and then come back. I'll wait for you right here. Y así íbamos, my brother and I, and then some of our, we're not really cousins, but we kind of treated each other like cousins. We call it Wedo, and we go with them, bro, and fucking, we destroy fucking Monterey Park, bro. Llegamos con dos, tres botes de puros putos dulces and good shit. But it was a tradition to stop by at our tia's house. So our tia would always give out candy, um, and we would have to stop by there, take our pictures. She would give candy. Sometimes she would give fucking like naranjas and shit, you know. And then I had another tia that lived kind of like around the block. She was my mom's cousin. Both of them, rest in peace. When she would run out of candy, she would start giving whatever she had at the house, bro.
Cookies?
Sí, güey.
Like galletas Maria?
Paquetes. No, like those sandwich cookies, so de limón, de vanilla.
Oh, those lemon ones are
Sí, güey.
bomb.
Sí, güey. Y llegaba y con un paquete, mijo, ten, y los metía rapidito a la otra. And my brother too, and I was, what the fuck is this, you know? You get to the car, he's like, ¿qué te dio tu tía? Y me dio un paquete de galletas. Ah, pinche, quién sabe. Ya se había acabado el dulce, you know? Uh, but yeah, we had to stop by there. So we would get either fruit or we'd get cookies, you know, with that other tia. Obviously, our traditional picture with my mom's sister. And then we'll go to Monterey Park. Ahí vamos en chinga, güey, como a las 8 de la noche. Be out there for like 2 hours and come back home and, start separating the good shit with the bad shit. You know, actually, the candy that I didn't want back then was like the Mexican candy,
Yeah.
Que los Tommy, those strawberry ones, or the Tootsie Rolls. I didn't like Tootsie Rolls when I was a kid, so I would separate the fruit or whatever candy that looked all smashed up. See that is. And I keep all the chocolate and the good shit, you know.
That's tight.
But yeah, that was that. And then I think that lasted till like we were in high school, bro. Cause I remember in high school or middle school, me and my brother still dressed up as clowns. I remember my mom made the outfit,
Yeah.
and then for that we still went to LA to go trick or treat, same spot always. And then
Yeah.
that's it. Then it started getting to obviously I had my own kids.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I think I was actually talking to somebody about the situation today, but we walked the whole
Yeah.
time. We didn't we didn't have a wagon, you know.
O
It was like
carriola,
we
no.
walked the whole night. And
Mhm.
and it was funny because last night, I mean, yeah, my kids are a little younger, I guess. I don't remember that age
But
too
still,
much, pero
bro, even if you were to ask your mom at 3 years old, probably she didn't even have a carriola for you.
yeah,
You
I
know?
don't know. I'd have to ask her. And that's the other thing. Who did you go out trick or treating with?
My dad.
Your dad. See, for us, I feel like it was always my mom. My mom used to always
No,
take us and like se juntaban like las amigas, right? Like my mom with like
I'm gonna take it out, bro.
no,
'Cause I can't see shit.
una amiga del PTA or whatever, and
Yeah.
then uh, yeah, man, it was crazy. Like uh, she just take us. I think maybe that I remember my dad maybe went with us maybe once or twice. Like I don't remember him going too much, but because he had to work. Tocaba que Halloween landed on a day that he had to work the next day, and so he
Yeah,
wouldn't
both of my
go.
parents worked, bro, so
And
it wasn't a big deal.
yeah, and so it just caía. By the time we got back to the house, he was probably already asleep.
No,
And then we just had to get ready.
we needed my dad because my mom didn't drive.
Yeah,
So it was funny que siempre iba con nosotros nomás, but somehow, some way, se quedaba ahí en la casa de mi tía, you know.
yeah.
And since we lived so close to my aunt's house, literally, I don't know, a couple blocks away, when we come back home, we pick her up. And that's it. We go come home, take a shower, y a dormir.
Simon, yeah, and yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I need dulces. All the candy you ate while you were walking.
Sí, güey, or in the car.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really get lucky about going in a car. It wasn't until I think my
Well,
brother got older
we had to
that we
go in the
had
car because
more
we went
chances to
to a
go somewhere.
completely different area, you know.
Yeah,
Like you had to get on the freeway in order to get to that area, so
Simon.
we had to go in the car.
Yeah,
In the
no, we
neighborhood
never.
where we went, my dad's like, ¿pa qué vas a andar caminando aquí? Ni te van a dar nada. Te van a dar pura chingadera. Mejor vamos acá con los riquillos, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, aprovechar, get the good stuff.
Yeah.
But anybody out there on the internet world, feel free to share an experience of when you were a kid. How was Halloween for you
The,
as a kid,
the,
and how does it
the clean
compare
shaven,
to your kids now?
the clean
If you're still
shaven
going with them.
mistas, they did it in the snow, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
But but yeah, man. I think it's trick or treating now might be a little easier for the kids. I think. Uh, because I feel
Well, it
like,
depends. I think it also depends what neighborhood you're at.
well, no, well, that's what I mean. Like I feel like a lot of people go to other neighborhoods now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like before that was like a no, yeah, we're gonna go over here, pero you know. And now, like we used to go trick or treating like at my sister in law's house, and and see way like you go there, you see a bunch of cars just dropping off their kids,
Yeah.
and similar thing, they're dropping off their kids and then they drive off, or they just they're cruising the street as their kids are hitting the houses,
Yeah.
and so it's different, dude. It's like a trip, um, but yeah, I feel like, dude, back in the day, it was like that was when you were little, right? Yeah, once you got older, like damn. Oh, hey, homie's gonna have a haunted house at his house. Say
And
at what
now,
time? All right, we'll dress him scary. We're gonna scare some people. Dope. And
yeah.
so you go to your friend's house, and you're over there scaring people, right? Or
Or
yeah,
when you start noticing the girls, bro. Hey, did you see that so and so wore this to school for Halloween and wore that? I saw her walking with so and so, and damn, you know. The funny shit is that my son is getting to that age, bro. You know? So that's something that I know I'm gonna pick at a little bit on Friday, and I'm gonna see a ver qué le saco.
uh, a ver qué te dice. Here's a question. Here is somebody. Manny was posting on here. Oh, here. He didn't post a question, but at what age did you really start going trick or treating by yourself?
Well, I never really went alone because my dad would always take us, but he would just drop us off.
But at what age would you say that your dad finally
My
said,
dad
"Oh,
never went door to door
no, no, no"? But so at what age did your dad stop going?
when we stopped going.
Oh, so he stopped going, and you stopped trick or treating?
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
So say like I don't know, we wanted to go out and trick or treat in high school, right? Again, like I
Mm-hmm.
told you, we never trick or treated in the neighborhood that we lived. So everywhere that we wanted to go, you had to drive to.
Okay.
So he would drive us there, and they're like, all right, well, pick us up in 2 3 hours, you know.
Okay.
And that was it. But
Okay.
then it just stopped. After that, once we stopped, and before I had kids, like in my mid to yeah, about mid 20s, we started going to my sister's house because my nieces started going trick or treating. So then
Okay.
I would go with my sister, and then my brother-in-law would hand out candy at his house.
Simon. Would you let Adrian go trick or treating by himself?
I think past 15 maybe.
Past 15? What if he's 14 and a half?
I don't know, maybe.
And
Depends.
and dad, all my
Depends
friends are
on.
going. Juanito is 15. Like, is it cool?
Well, if I know it, the friends that I know that he goes with, because he's been to the mall already a couple times alone.
Yeah.
Um, I think it'd be okay. It's a good way to test them.
Yeah.
You know?
So
So
dad,
that's
it's
happen
cool.
sooner
It's
or
cool.
later. Nah, more than anything, Adrian is not even like that, dude. Adrian is he'll ask once, and then the only time he'll ask again is if we don't give him a direct answer. If we say no, he won't ask again. But if we say, "I'll think about it," let me see, or let me talk to your friends' moms or dads or whatever. So
Simon.
that'd be.
No, no, no. And but that's like a good one, right? Like I think that's I think at least maybe I notice this now that I'm older and I have my kids now, and obviously you look at things differently and stuff now, but it just seems like a lot of a lot of more accidents, uh, or you know things that shouldn't happen, like
It, nah, bro. I
I
think
feel
it's
like
a
more. I
stage.
feel like maybe more things are happening now. Like I've seen a lot of like
Nah,
drunk driving situations where
it's
people
the
are going trick
same.
or
All it
treating
is
and
is
things happen.
now we're parents and we're cautious. We see it versus when we were kids. Te valía madre, güey.
Yeah, but even then, like I don't remember seeing like accidents. I don't remember like I'm sure they happened, right? I'm not gonna be naive and pretend that they didn't happen. I feel like that stuff is a little more prevalent for some reason. And out there in the internet world, guys, you let me know. Do you guys think that
Ay, güey,
more things
acuérdate.
happen nowadays?
How many kids se robaban in the 80s, bro? I mean, I know they still do happen now,
Yeah,
but how many kids se robaban back in the 80s?
que sean los
I
robachicos, ¿no?
remember it was, hey, I have some candy. You want some candy? It was
Yeah,
always that never speak to strangers, never, never take candy from a stranger, never get close to another car, blah, blah,
Simon.
blah. You know? So that's always existed. I think it all had to do your location, how trucha you were as a kid too, and how much it was implied by your parents, bro.
Yeah,
Because if your parents don't push you to, hey, when you cross the street, look ways, ahí vas de pendejo como un perrito, and then that's when you get run over like a dumbass. So,
yeah. Um, that and then I just saw a post earlier about like a shooting at a party. Like I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is now that I'm a dad. I notice those things more. Maybe no say.
sí, güey, sí,
You
güey,
know, it
sí, güey.
maybe I just didn't see them or hear about stuff like that as a kid. Um,
Like man said, like the internet has brought it to life, bro. Anything happens now, they just un pedo and somebody fucking takes out a phone, starts
Simon.
recording you. So it's always happened.
Yeah, and I mean, and yeah, and Manny's over here making a good point. So, you know, of course, the internet now. You have the internet in the palm of your hand. It's it's harder to miss things when something happens, somebody takes a picture, video, posts it on the internet, and then now everybody knows about it, right? So of course that's a big difference. But yeah, I mean that's the crazy part, right? Like I feel like before what now here let me put this now put it like this then. So before, without the internet, you would assume that you wouldn't notice that many incidents happening as you would today. So would you say it was a little bit more wild where you know you're 13, you're 12, you can go trick or treating and you'll be all right, and your parents will probably be okay because yeah, you'll be all right, or you know, or is it because igual the internet wasn't around,
Again,
they wouldn't
bro.
really think about it? Like I don't know. I'm
No,
just trying to
no,
think.
no, because my parents, they're very, very overprotective of my brother and I. We used to live in LA. We used to live in this, I guess, territory complex, you want to call it, where it had three houses. It was like a triplex, right?
Yeah,
And in all those three houses, there was kids. There was us. There was two girls that lived in the middle house, and then there was another two kids that lived in the back house, and we all were within the same age, within 1 or 2 years apart. So
yeah,
we all played, and then our neighbors from the side neighbors from across the street. And back then there was drive-bys, there was chases throughout the whole neighborhood and everything. And my parents wouldn't let us out and play out of that little complex that we were at. I mean, it was big enough. It was big enough to ride your bike and everything. Trust me, bro. Us as kids, we got so inventive that we would do races with our bicycles. We would play handball. We play at one point. I got like a little basketball court. We played basketball. But it was all to keep us in that little rectangle, you know.
yeah.
And there was a point where some of my friends started going to the park. And where I lived in the park, which Manny knows, I was literally 2 blocks away, bro, from the park. And my mom would not let us go.
Yep.
I remember one time she let me go, and that was only because my neighbor, which was my best friend back then, begged my mom, begged my mom, you know. And
Yeah.
it was one of those times where I got in trouble after. No quiero que venga otra vez este niño y me pida permiso, nada más me pones en vergüenza, y que quién sabe qué, y tú ya sabes que no puedes, ya, Hazard Park, y tú ya sabes que no puedes salir de aquí de la casa, bla, 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 bla. Again, if it wasn't for that, who knows what could have happened, bro? Because my brother was one of those kids que era más despistado and fucking se echaba a correr or wouldn't listen at times or get me in trouble or shit like that, you know? Yeah, well, you're chasing after him. So, but, again, like I said, depends on you as a kid, depends on if you have that respect for your parents. It depends if your parents were strict or not, or cared or didn't care. I had a lot of friends that their parents didn't care for shit.
Simon.
Yeah? Where's so and so? Oh, I don't know. He's on the street. Yeah,
Yeah.
but where's he at? I don't know.
Oh, he's out there. He'll be back.
Yeah,
He'll be back by whatever.
yeah, by sundown.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's crazy, and so it's funny, and it's funny. As I was mentioning this, right? Uh, we got a couple comments here. We got, Joey mentioning that he feels that it's a little bit crazier nowadays. Uh, my boy Paul says that when we were younger, and Paul's my age, so I'm talking about like early '90s. Kids were getting snatched, and yeah, I remember that kids were getting kidnapped. And kidnapping was a big thing,
Hmm.
But every kid has a phone now. He thinks it's safer. Um, uh, and yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like who you're hanging out with, our parents, they knew. I mean, they knew if they're involved in school, which most of our parents were, or at least our moms, uh, were involved to know, you know, who the malandrines were, right? So they would make sure you wouldn't hang out with those guys.
And you could tell, bro. You could tell the way they dress if they were maintained. You know,
Yeah. So
llegaba, era el niño que llegaba todo con lagañas all over his eyes and shit, and fucking hair all stuck. My mom would never, ever, 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 ever let me out the house like that.
yeah.
Ever.
So, but yeah, man. I mean, that's I don't know. So I guess that's one of the things now.
And,
Uh,
yet, and as the to your comment, as the kids are softer now, you know why they're softer?
why are they softer?
Because it's our fault.
My kids are little.
Doesn't matter. They're softer, bro.
I'm, I'm
They're
I'm
softer.
raising little. I'm raising little
They're
rough
softer, bro.
kids.
There's a lot of kids right now that don't know how to cross streets. There's a lot of kids, teenagers that have never taken the bus. You know, and yeah, I'm not saying taking the bus is gonna make you a man, but you never know when shit is gonna happen and where it's gonna happen, where you might need a fucking bus, where you might need to cross a street, a big street. You know, uh, how to order a taxi, how to use a regular phone, bro.
Yeah. So I think when it comes down to a big difference too with our kids, if we're gonna let's start moving into this other topic here by accident, but I know I said in our chat that our kids are softer now, but I feel like the kids nowadays lack a little bit of that survival instinct. What I mean by that, before with us, if you got stranded somewhere, you'd find a way to get home. You didn't have a cell phone. You couldn't just call an Uber, right? If you got stranded, I remember you'd find a place to go. You find a
Hey,
store, find a
pero
building.
qué te decía I don't know about you, but qué te decía tu papá when you guys would go places?
We
No te
don't,
decía nada.
well, I mean, ¿qué no nos decían? They used to tell us everything. Stay close
To
to
me, the main,
us.
right, one of the
Look,
main things my dad used to always tell me is, mira, mijo, fíjate dónde voy.
yeah,
Fíjate de los signs, fíjate de los edificios, you know? Fíjate de los edificios, fíjate de los signs, fíjate de dónde vamos. Por si un día te pierdes, un día nos pasa un accidente, o lo que sea, o pasa un temblor, o lo que sea, y me pasa algo a mí, tú sabes cómo regresarte. O si
yeah,
alguien te dice dónde vives, hey, acá vivo. Bro, you know that, I don't know, in school, they don't teach the kids their address anymore and none of that shit.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. A
Their
lot of
phone
a lot of
number,
a lot of the things that you would need to survive, and again, survive, the survival instinct, as broad as I can put it, is
yeah,
we learned, and even then, and if you ask the generation before us, they might think we were a little soft too, but you know with the use of technology, it's simplified things so much to where if they get caught on something, pull out your phone, call me, text me, dial 911, Uber. Let me send you money. You can pay with your phone. Like everything's so much easier for our kids. So, you know, if they don't have their phone, what are they gonna do, right? And so that's man, that's the other topic, right? So, uh, going into, are you gonna let your kids go trick or treating at night? Uh, it's I think nowadays, thinking that they have that line of communication open with you as well, and you can technically track them.
hey, but somebody's gonna tell you what other time do you go trick or treating?
Monday,
You went trick or treating during daytime?
sometimes.
Never in my mind.
No, sometimes, because sometimes they do something earlier. But but yeah, man. So I think that's a big difference too, right? So if we're talking about the difference between now and then, now they have a flashlight on their phone. They can call if they need help. They can GPS something. There's a lot of things that will kind of help keep
And
them
even then they
in
don't get shit done.
communication. Um, so 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 I guess in a way that would be a little bit more of a peace of mind if your kids are going, because you can kind of track them and they can call you. You can find out where they're
Yeah,
at,
but at the
whatever.
same time, bro, I guess we still gotta teach them the basics and not again falls on us and not rely so much on the technology. Again, right now your kids are small; they don't have their own device, but you can ask any parent that has a kid with a tablet or a phone. They're gonna tell you that their phones are not charged all the time, right?
Yeah,
So your kid leaves and he realizes that he only has a 10% battery. Ahora, ¿qué decir? El puto teléfono.
yeah,
That 10% is gonna be gone.
big time.
So then what?
Um, yeah. Well, again, that's one of those survival things. You didn't charge your phone. It's not like generally speaking, I'm not gonna just send our kids out into the wild and you have your phone. You'll be all right. I'm still gonna ask where you're going. I'm still gonna ask who you're gonna be with. I'm still gonna ask these questions, right? Just because you have a line of communication doesn't mean I don't care, or I don't need to know where you're gonna be. But all right, your phone died. How are you gonna get in contact with me?
Yeah.
What's up? What's the plan? Oh,
And
all
then they
right,
don't even know the number.
yeah. So so those are the big difference. I think those are some of the big differences from back then. Obviously, technology. Heck, I mean, shoot, technology. I think that's one of the biggest ones. Um, uh,
Bro, by the time we were done, you and I were done with Kinder, we knew our home phone number and we knew our address. We had to know it. That was one of the exams that they would give.
in the kindergarten, I don't remember any
Sí,
of that.
güey. You know, ¿no te acuerdas que te mandaban con tu folder amarillo que tenía the shades and then the colors and then the
Yeah, but
numbers?
I don't
And on the
remember. I
other
don't.
side, it had your name, and then it had your address, your phone number. A ver, ¿qué es eso?
What happened? I'm
¿Qué es
drinking
eso? A ver.
some polar
Okay, okay.
seltzer,
Seltzer, okay.
orange orange vanilla. These are pretty good actually. And then I'm also drinking this. I'm not sponsored by this company, by the way. They are not in any way, shape, or form involved with this podcast. But anyway,
I don't like seltzer, bro.
and this other one, ruby red grapefruit, super good, super good. But trying to stay hydrated here. So, um, dang, you made me lose my train of thought.
You said you didn't remember the address and the phone number and all that shit.
Yeah, no, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember having to know. I would know where the
Oh, yeah.
house was, obviously, and on the way home, I remember my mom, or yeah, my mom used to tell us like, where do I go?
Yeah.
How do I get to the house? You go this way. All right, and where do I go next? Right, and so that's kind of how we learned how to get to the house, right? But
Like,
I
luckily, your old house has good points, like the gas station. You know,
yeah,
and it's only one
yeah,
way in. So,
it had good landmarks that we can use. Yeah,
yeah.
which are good. But again, it was a good way to kind of learn when you were younger. Uh, but even then, like nowadays, like we can teach that to our kids. We don't have to wait for the school to teach them. You know what I mean? Like if we really wanted to, you can
So
just
that's
teach
what
the
I'm
kids.
telling you. That by kinder first grade, we already knew it.
Yeah,
So it wasn't anything that as parents we had to worry about teaching our kids because we already knew it. You know. And then if your parents was like, oh, ¿Dónde de vuelta? O if you would go to your tia's house a lot, what's your tia's address or what's your tia's phone number?
Yeah.
My thing as a kid showing off was like I knew my parents' phone number. I knew the house phone number, the address. I knew my tia's address and her phone number, and like at that time, my dad had a work cell phone, so we would use what's my work cell phone number and blah blah.
Yeah. So I have a question, and I'll put this one out to everybody out there and in the Instagram world. What if, I mean, and this is assuming you guys have kids that are old enough to have their own phone now, uh, or they have their own phone regardless, whatever. What would a day without a cell phone look like? Is that possible? Is that something that can? Uh, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Is that possible? Would you be able to plan a day without a cell phone uh, for kids, and that would be for yourselves too, right? You could make it like a family day, go all together. Everybody's just, but just don't take your cell phone. I mean, would that be possible? Do you think we could do it? Do you think
As
our
long
kids
as
do it?
I think the plan, if it's planned beforehand, yes.
Okay.
Because we rely on the phone for at least maps, show times, or what time does this place close, what time does it open, phone numbers, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Right? As I ask this question, and my boy Paul is asking here, he's like, man, he said, fool, I can't even get through a day myself without a phone. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
but
can.
it's different.
I,
We're
I,
adults. We use it for phone. We use it for work a little bit too, right? So it's not necessarily just that, but we use it for work and different things that happen going through the day, of course. So
I
so
can,
that's what I'm
and
asking though.
I can, and my son has been without a phone for a couple of days. Uh, but that was due because something went wrong with it.
Yeah,
And he had no choice but to leave it. So yeah.
yeah. So
So again, he has his PlayStation, so then he'll go play with his PlayStation.
yeah, I mean, I think I would try. I would try to plan like a day where you're out with the family. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you have older kids, right? Uh, like plan something where like you're gonna spend the day out. We're gonna spend the day outside today. We're gonna go to the beach. You guys want to eat? Let's find out where to eat. Let's just walk over and find out. Leave your phones. We're not gonna use our
So
phones,
so my
and let's figure it
rule
out.
when my rule when I'm with them most of the time is no phone in the car at all,
Okay.
and that's where we have a chance. At least I have a chance to talk to them a lot. You know.
So so that's what I'm saying. Not in the car, but I feel like that would be an interesting
Well, I do it in the car. You
an
know why?
interesting
Because
challenge.
I do it in the car because like I'll be talking to them, and I know right away my son will try to take out the phone and they start watching videos while I'm trying to talk to them. I'm like, what the fuck? I go, hey, bro, I come to see you. I don't come to see you with your phone,
Yeah.
you know? And you guys, we hang out to be together and learn about each other and hang out and spend time together. If this is what we're going to do, then I'm not going to come at all. I'm not going to pick you guys up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste my time just doing this. We're going to spend quality time. And then he might give me the Poochie face for a couple minutes, but then he gets over it.
Yeah.
He gets over it. Then we start talking about stuff, and it's usually music all the time. We start having a little arguments of how he likes Kanye and I don't like Kanye, and how much this and how much that, and why do I know all the songs? How is it that I know I can recite all the songs while they're playing and all this shit? How do you do that? How do you know all the songs?
Yep.
Every single song that I put on, you know it. Oh, fuck. How old is this song? Is it like 14 years old? Well, duh.
Yeah.
I've been listening to it for 14 years.
Yeah. But and to that point, our boy Paul here is saying, obviously, in the car is usually a good place to have a conversation about random things. Um, I'm not there yet. You know, my 4 year old sometimes is telling me, she says, "Daddy, I love you." Oh, I love you too, baby. I want to hear música. And then it's like, oh, what do you want to hear?
Hey, but that's a good way to bond though. You guys can sing
Oh yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
But then she goes,
that's a
I
me
just
and
become her
AJ say.
DJ. I just become her
Yeah.
DJ. She goes, Daddy, I don't like this one. Put another one. Well, I'm like, all right, well, what do you want to hear? And then I have to guess because then she starts saying me songs that I don't know or I don't understand what the hell she's saying. And it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know that one, baby. And then I'll play. I'll be like, you know what? It's Daddy's turn. No, it's my turn. So
You don't like your song.
no, she didn't like my song. She will. She used to like the Strokes, and then I don't know what happened. She grew out of it, I guess. But yeah, man. No, like. I was just thinking about that right now. I think that would be a really cool thing, where if you have kids, we're talking about teaching our kids survival, right? Uh, let's say, hey, we're gonna go spend the day over here. Turn off your phones, give it to me, put it in this box, whatever. We'll come back to them later. Let's go do this. Let's go do this activity, and then obviously, I would say prepare for it ahead of time. Make sure your bills are paid. Make sure people know that you're not going to be on your phone or whatever if you really need to do that, and and disconnect.
Yeah, it's not
Disconnect.
it's not difficult, bro.
Well, is it? I don't know. If we have to talk about it, some people are saying that it's not. That it's a little hard.
Mm.
I mean, I work. My life revolves around my phone, and that's just because that's work.
Yeah, but when you're with your kids, you're not working, so
I'm not, but I am. It's the
mm.
dumbest thing, because working in retail, I got used to being on my phone all the time, and now I'm just like,
Hey,
well,
I was able to let go, but if I was able to let you do it, you could do it too.
yeah, I should be able to, but I can't. I do my best. I do my best. But anyway, I think it
And
would be
trust me, you
good,
you
regardless
would
of.
also
Well, hold on, hold on,
you
hold
would
on.
also make your marriage a huge prop if you would do that.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, of course, and that's a different topic, uh, but yeah, like I think it would be a good a good challenge.
It's just like keeping the phone away while you're at dinner.
Yeah, no, no, no,
You
no.
know?
But I don't mean like that. No, no, I don't mean like turn off your phone para que platiquemos. No, 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 no.
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no. I'm
about.
saying, I'm
I'm
saying,
saying we're
yeah,
gonna go. You tell the kids, hey, we're
yeah,
gonna pick you
yeah,
guys up. Leave your phones here. We're not using your phones at all. We're gonna
yeah.
go
That's
out into the
fine.
world. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna go. To the store,
Trust me. Like
and
I
then
said,
we're
as
gonna
long
go
as,
without the phone. No, not even have it
as
on you
long as,
though. Not
no,
even
no,
have it
no,
on
no,
you.
no. As long as it's you have it in your head, pre-plan on what you're gonna do, and you can keep that attention going to whatever it is you're doing, you should be fine. Once they get the one little second of boredom, that's it. Ah, I'm bored. This is boring.
But what I'm
There's
saying
nothing to
is,
do.
but what I'm saying
Ah,
is
oh,
that's the idea. That's the
yeah,
idea. Hit the ball, and if they get bored, boom, you're bored. All right, so what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, let's figure something out. Should we
yeah.
go? Let's go. Let's go. That's the survival part, right? All right, let's go. Let's go over here. How are we gonna get over here? I don't know. Let's go find a way. Kind of you make it a little bit of a survival day per se, right? To where you kind of learn to figure things out. You learn to whatever, um, or you take an Uber somewhere, and you got to go back to your car, but you don't. You have
Yeah,
to turn
but
your phones off.
you need your phone.
No, you turn your phones off.
So,
So you take an Uber, you take everybody's phone, you turn everything off, and that's it. Nobody has their phones. All right, let's get
but
back.
you have it.
No, no, everybody turns their phones off. You put it in my backpack, vámonos. No, no, nobody has their phones.
That's what it is. It's not difficult, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think I know I'm kind of spitballing right now. That wasn't really what we're talking about, but but yeah, I think that would be a really cool experiment to do if you guys are kids that are old enough. If you're out there and try it, let me know how it goes. Uh, but I think it'd be pretty cool, and it kind of goes with what we're talking about, right? How our kids nowadays wouldn't be able to survive too much without a cell phone, um, especially if they're out in the world, out in the wild.
If
Um,
if uh If you don't have anything for them to do, yes, it'll be the worst day of their life.
No,
Worst day of their life.
but here's the thing: if they're bored, that's where your mind starts working.
We've learned to do like that.
Yeah, when
Tell
you
your
get bored,
mom. Tell your mom that you're bored.
yeah, ponte a barrer,
Exactly.
right? Uh,
Ponte a lavar los
and,
trastes. Ponte a hacer
yeah,
esto. Ponte a hacer...
and
Ahí
that's why I
tengo
think,
mucha ropa que tengo que lavar.
yeah, I feel like kids nowadays don't get bored. You know, they
Well,
don't
no,
get
they
bored.
get bored. They get bored. What happens again? It's our fault, bro, because we do everything for them. We have catered to them.
Yeah.
You know,
So
they wake up and their clothes is nicely folded, nicely put away.
so so that's what I'm saying.
When you learn how to cook, who taught you how to cook?
Well, yeah, my mom taught me how to cook. Not a lot. I don't. I'm not a
No, but
chef.
no, but to fucking survive.
Oh yeah, you know, I have to make breakfast for
¿Qué te
myself and
decía?
the children. So
What were her exact words? Why she taught you how to cook?
para que te puedas hacer de comer, you know, y le puedes hacer de comer a tus hermanos. That's it. It was. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what it was. But all right, let me make a little shift.
Mine was a little different.
What was yours? What was yours?
It's different. Te voy a enseñar te enseñar cómo cocinar. Por lo menos cómo te fríes un pinche huevo. Por si un día te toca una pinche vieja huevona.
Yep, I heard that one too. But since we're on this little topic of technology and how it's all being catered, my friend Steve messaged me. He wanted us to kind of touch on this, and I thought it would be a good idea. And I think
Where's it? Yeah, no, no,
he was on earlier. I don't know if I don't know if he's still on there or not.
no,
But he wanted us to touch on it a little bit, and it kind of goes, you know, on the tail end of what we're talking about here, about how technology has affected our youth uh, during COVID. Like during COVID, you know, we're out of COVID, right? I guess, you know, I don't want to get too political, as some people might get offended here, but you know, we're out of COVID, and how did technology affect our youth? Our, you know, some of our kids are more isolated due to it, or maybe they're not so socially uh, so social, actually. Um, and what are we doing to help them? You know, I don't really see too much of it. My kids were little. My son was born post
your son
COVID.
wasn't even part of it.
Yeah, my son was post COVID. My
He
daughter
was
was
a
like 8
product of
months,
it.
right? My
He was a product of that boredness.
my daughter was she was like 8 months when the whole shutdown happened. So she wasn't too isolated. She was at home with me, and so we played a lot. We worked a lot. We did a lot of things at home, but it was just mostly me and her. Um, yeah, it was mostly me and her. Um, so you know, but what about for you, Chris? Do you feel like COVID affected your kids' social skills?
No, that's social because that has a lot to the that falls a lot on us as parents. Me as a parent,
Yeah,
they suffered in other ways, other parts. For example, I know their grades. Uh, Not so much my kids, but I know like my nephew's grades suffer. Um, other friends that I have, I know their kids had a hard time kind of learning or grasping certain subjects. You know,
yeah,
again, like I was telling you earlier, I think it's the point it was uh, that not all students learn the same, right? Some students are great visual learners. You tell them how to do things once, and they get it, and that's it. You don't have to tell them again. Or they're great note takers, and they understand their notes. Versus other kids are not. For other kids, you gotta write it out. You know, you gotta ask them once or twice. You gotta try it out once or twice to the point where they understand it, they get it, and they're able to duplicate it. And not a lot of kids are like that, you know. So I think a lot of kids grade suffered during that year of lockdown, more
Yeah.
or less. And
Do you
yeah,
think?
that physical fitness suffered a lot. Um, yeah, the fact I think that they weren't able to do it with their friends, but I think a lot of them kind of regained that quick. At least I didn't have, at least I don't have a problem that with my kids. They stayed in touch with their friends through Zoom and through video calling and all that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. I'd be curious to hear if anybody else has a different experience. Maybe,
Because, yeah,
maybe
because
kids that didn't have a lot of friends to begin with. Maybe.
you also got to remember my situation. It was the same with me. I couldn't see my kids, so it was the same thing through video. Or a veces que pasaba. Like like my daughter had her birthday during that time, so we had to do those drive-by birthday. Well, you were a part of it. We had to
Yeah.
do drive-by birthday for Asian, the same thing, the drive-by birthday, and just a quick, happy birthday, give the gift, and that was it.
Drive-by birthdays. Damn. I remember that.
Bro, a lot of kids didn't have important dates like the graduations,
Yep.
proms, you know, all that. For prom, for a lot of people, was very, very important. They didn't have it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Uh, I wonder. Now, so do you think that affected them?
The older kids, probably,
You know,
probably, especially
like if you told,
that girl that was gonna be 15 that year. No quinceañera,
they probably still had it.
but it's not the same, bro. It's not the same. Hola, ¿dónde
Have
es
it
de
at
quinceañera?
have
¿Cuántos
it
años
at
tiene?
at Theo's house.
Oh, ya tiene 17 años. Oh, no, pues ya no,
Yeah.
ya no es muchacho, ya es chavo.
um. Yeah, I mean that'd be crazy, dude. Imagine you're 17, busted your ass all 4 years in high school to get good grades. You know, you're in sports. You did good in sports. You did extracurriculars. You're going to UCLA hopefully because you got your, everything in. But hey, just we're gonna congratulate you via Zoom or something. Like you're not really gonna have the ceremony. Damn. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough, man. I didn't think about all those kids that were affected. It's it sucks, man. It sucks. But I mean, I think touching back on how we're talking about how uh, these kids kind of live and survive with their phones. I'm sure that while they were in lockdown, uh, a lot of kids turned, and actually this it's almost I'd probably have to look it up, but didn't TikTok come out like right around the time COVID started?
They got pretty famous for, for TikTok.
Right, like
A lot of podcasts came out during that time.
right. So so there
Not
was
only was it
different
hard for the kids,
avenues.
but I think it was also very difficult for us adults,
Yeah,
because we have that routine of every day going to work, you know,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden it just stopped. You can't go anywhere. You can't even drive. You can't even go to the market.
yeah.
You know? Can't even go take a run.
Stuck up on.
all that shit. It was a tough time, bro. It was a hard time. I remember I didn't see my mom for like 3 months, 4 months. You know,
Yeah, that was rough.
luckily I luckily I taught them how to do video calls, a lot of shit. And then not only that, all the deaths that happened, and some people
Yeah.
couldn't even bury their loved ones.
Yeah.
They
Yeah, it was
couldn't even
wild,
have
man.
couldn't have a proper burial.
Yep.
So not only did the kids suffer, but I think a lot of us suffered as well, in other aspects of it. But as far as the kids, I like I said, my kids, I don't think there was too much of a problem. Um, I know they didn't. At first, they're like, "Oh hell yeah, we're not going to school." You know, it's treated like a vacation. Because at first, I think it took like a week or two, 3 weeks maybe, to get the whole Zoom thing together, or to get the kids to start having the tablets or start having the laptops. Because no, actually, I think it was like a month or two, if I'm not mistaken. And then they start saying you drive by and they start getting your iPads for your kids, and that's how they're gonna start doing work and doing homework and taking classes and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
So
that was a very difficult time. Just thinking back, like, damn, I don't know how I did it sometimes
yeah,
because I was trying to work and be at home with Milia, and yeah, just thinking about like how like sometimes I have Vidal here at home, like, fuck, I don't know how I
yeah.
did it with her. It was that was intense, bro. That
Well,
was
with the dad,
terrible.
at least you already know what to do. With her, you had no idea.
Yeah, that was my
Every
first
day
one.
was every day was a different day.
Yep. And the
Now it's
first
like,
day,
oh
and the
shit,
first day that
I
Vero
live
went to
on the
work and I had her at home, she started teething.
yeah.
Shh, crying. I didn't even know what. I changed your diaper. I gave you food. What happened? Damn.
What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those frustrating days.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy time. But anyway, that was uh that was a crazy time. Uh, in a way, it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise for some people. They got to spend some time with their family that they wouldn't regularly spend. Um, uh, you know, obviously different situations for different families that went through different hardships during that time. But damn, now it's 2023, almost 2024.
Yeah, we're 2 months to 24, bro.
This is nuts, bro. This is episode 10.
Yeah,
This is episode 10 on our Que Padre podcast. But we've been doing this for what? 2 years?
it's been
I want
two
to say
years.
2 years. Two
Yeah,
years doing these like lives, right?
yeah.
Um. So
It's gonna be
man,
2 years.
it's gonna be 2 years. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years. I think
In
March
March.
will be 2 year, right? Yeah. Crazy, man. That's wild. That's wild. Time is definitely flying. Uh I'm hoping that we can do more things here with the group here. I know I feel like I'm a broken record, man. Every time we're on a call, I'm like, let's working on this. We're working on this. It's like just trying to juggle, you know, life and trying to get something done with this. It can be a little challenging sometimes, but just got to dedicate a little more time to get something going because I feel like it's a really good space for everybody. Um, every now and then we get a couple of guests here that are really in here and talking. I appreciate you guys jumping in and talking and giving us some notes and if you have any criticism, shoot them over. We are not perfect. We're papas. We're human. We're going through
Definitely.
it. We live it. We are struggling. We are succeeding. We are going through it. Just it's different things, different days for everybody. Um, but on that note, I think I am good to go, Chris. I don't know if you have any final thoughts here on what we've been talking about today.
No, no, no. We spoke everything that we had to speak about.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
good.
Today was a special Dia de los Muertos episode because obviously we took our kids trick or treating yesterday, and I wasn't gonna. We weren't trying to be on here after that, or try to
Post
catch people.
Halloween.
So it's Halloween. But that means we're gonna have another November show, and then I think after this year, uh, maybe Chris and I can decide if maybe we can add another show in between. So not every month, so maybe bi-weekly or something like that.
We're
Make it
gonna do it.
a little bit more often, so that we can keep these ideas going, keep these just keep these going for everybody. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. We appreciate everybody that's on here. Appreciate everybody that is listening today, tomorrow, next week, whenever you jump on. I know some people listen on their car. Uh, uh, but thank you. I'll say good night, Chris.
Again, people, we are on Spotify, Apple, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Everything under Que Padre Fatherhood Network.
And
So follow us
threads.
and threads. Give us a
Threads.
like. Give us a star. Give us 5 stars on YouTube, on Spotify. That helps us just get the word out more to people. Um, we had a few comments from uh, the East Coast this past weekend, so our word is getting out further and further. So keep it up. Again, we appreciate everybody that gets on and that gives us their time to listen to just another two Latino dads talk about their day, their week, their weekend, and life, and hopefully we have a chance to improve yours as well. And yeah, other than that, thank you and like, subscribe, share, all that above, and I appreciate you guys.
Sweet. All right, Chris. You have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. We'll see you on the next.